Welcome to Punky's World. I'm going to do a quick genealogy video. I highly recommend Family History Fanatics. They actually have free cheat sheets, and one of them is Genealogy Brick Walls, which I've been working on. First thing that you do is you create a research plan, which, actually, not even a research plan. You actually make a report on the person, which I've done with my great-grandmother. I'm going to read it to you guys because I got good responses the last time I talked about her on here, from some fellow genealogists. So I wanted to do this, even though I feel like crap. And I did take my breathing treatment, so there is a little bit of loosening happening. Her name was Patience Burgess, as far as we know. She was born around June 17th, 1868, according to her obituary, and according to the birth of her first daughter, her second child. She was born in Tartarighan, Armagh, County Armagh, Northern Ireland. She died on the 20th of October, 1954 in East Windsor, Broadbrook, Connecticut. We know she married Thomas Wilson on September 30th, 1895 in East Windsor. The record does not show parents for her. It shows she and her blank parents were born in Ireland. There does not appear to be a previous marriage, as she is listed as Miss on the document. I'm an idiot. Hold on. I forgot the word not. I have the paper document. These first documents are the paper documents that I have. Her first child, James Wilson, was born on Main Street, Broadbrook. Broadbrook is a village in East Windsor, by the way. If you don't have that where you live, here in New England, it's very common to have villages in towns. I grew up in the village of East Douglas, in the town of Douglas. I lived in the village of Manchog, in the town of Sutton, and so forth and so on. Broadbrook is one of the villages in East Windsor. On September 12, 1896, his record indicates she was born in County Armagh, Northern Ireland. He was given away to Thomas's brother and his wife at birth. Upon his death, her maiden name is shown as Brennan, the same as the woman who raised him. Patient's age is 25 on his birth record. Excuse me. Oh, that hurt. The second child, Florence Baptiste Willis, was born on Petticoat Lane in East Windsor on October 17, 1898. Her birth record indicates the place of birth for Patience as Tartarighan, as mentioned above. County Armagh, Ireland. Patient's age on this certificate is 26. Willis was Florence's married name. She had no children. The next child is my grandfather, Robert Wilson Sr., born in East Windsor, December 12, 1900. Says both parents born in Ireland. This certificate was not made until 1963. Record states mom is 28 years old. The record that we have was gotten in 1963. That's when it was printed. That's what that means. My last paper record is Let's try that again. My last paper record is the death of Patience. She lived with her son Bill and daughter Mabel on Northwest Main Street, Broadbrook. She died October 20th, 1954, as mentioned above. The record states her dad was unknown Burgess and no mother listed. It says she and her dad were both born in Ireland. It states that she was living in Broadbrook for 50 years. Note, her kids were older than that. I'm wondering if they meant that she was living, when they asked them how long she was there, if they meant she was living in the family home that her kids had bought on Main Street, Broadbrook. And that's where they got the 50 years. Because, remember, her first child was born there in 1896. She got married there in 1895. So she had to have lived there. I would like to see the other part of the wedding to see where it says she was living at the time of the marriage. All I have is the certificate or the license. I would like to know where she was living. That's something to find out. Where was she living at the time she got married? It states that, okay. Now, in electronic records, I have an 1871 English census that may be her. It is the Goldsmith family, and a Patience Burgess, 10/12 of a year old, 10 months, is listed as a visitor. A 10-month-old baby wouldn't be wandering over visiting you. Some of the math adds up on that, so I included it. I have the 1900 census with her and Thomas, when at Florence at 11 months old, which states her birth as June of 1873 and her immigration as 1889. You go to the 1910 census, and it states she immigrated in 1879. Then in the 1920 census, and of course it says she's naturalized. She was probably naturalized through Thomas. That she came in 1887. And she was 49 years old. Wait, she's 26. Okay, 1900. 37 in 1910. Okay, it's within a year. I guess it depends on the month that they took the census. Okay, in 1930, they state her immigration was 1884 and that she was naturalized. Again, most likely through her marriage, because women did not get naturalized on their own in the days that she came here. They were either naturalized through their fathers or their husbands. I'm sorry. In 1940, they don't say anything about her immigration. Same thing in 1950. In 1940, she's 70, and in 1950, she is 80. And we know that she died in 1954. That would make her 84, except on her death it says 88. So, not sure. Let's see. Oh no, it says 86 on her death. Okay. Okay. I even put a link to her obituary. Which is from the Hartford Courant. The children state that she was born the 17th of June, 1868, and she died the 21st of October, 1954. Now, there is a note. She lived with, a note from me. She lived with her daughter on one side of the family home, and her husband lived on the other side with her youngest son. It has been said in family lore that Patience and Thomas did not get along. Let me try to explain what I mean by. They owned a duplex. The brother and sister owned a duplex, and each lived on a side of the duplex. So the kids grew up like siblings. And my father would go down there and he would stay with them. I think he stayed on Auntie Mabel's side, which means he should have known Patience better than Thomas, but my father was only 10 when she died. And Thomas died the same year, so. And her death record also indicates that she immigrated at the age of 16, and that, and that she was born in Portadown, which is the same area as Tartarican. So I need to see if I can find the actual. I have the marriage certificate. I need to find the license where it says the town that each, like the book, that says the town that each person lived in at the time that they got married. That would be a really good clue for her. I don't know why I didn't think of that until I was reading through that. I guess that's the goal of going through all this stuff, is to find other avenues like that. So that's going to be a goal today. Write that down, because my snotty brain won't remember it. So yeah, reading that out loud helped me, and maybe someone else can come up with ideas on that. I put CBD all over my arms last night, and I'll tell you what, I slept much better than I have in days. Because I didn't keep waking up in pain and having to move position. So, but the pain is also getting less as I'm on the medication longer. I did get my steroids last night. So far I haven't had to take them, so, but at least they're here. Things get worse. So, I also did my January updates video for the other channel and explained that I'm only doing one video a week for January because I'm sick. And it's a lot less editing, a lot less poster making. I need to do that for me. I will try to do videos on this channel. I'm not going overboard. I'm not doing anything too strenuous. You know, a sit-down video like this is fine. Like I said, I hope that maybe someone can help me with my great-grandmother brick wall. But I think finding out where she lived is going to be huge. I want to get on the computer and do that. I'm sure their marriage record, the actual picture from the book, is on the computer. You know, it's on Ancestry, so I'll be able to find it. Which would show where the bride lived, where the groom lived. And she wasn't pregnant when they got married. They, like my parents, had their first baby exactly a year after they got married. And my parents planned it that way, by the way. I was completely and entirely planned for. You know, a lot of people say, yikes, she was born so quick. No, I was planned for. My parents knew they wanted to start their family right away. Especially my mom. She wanted to be a mom. So. And she knew how much that meant to me. And I remember her comforting me and saying how sorry she was to me when I had my hysterectomy, because it meant that was truly the end. And so, I know, Mom, and it's okay. I mean, after the ablation, I couldn't anyway. And I knew I couldn't on the medication that I take, because the immunosuppressing medication causes, or can cause, severe birth defects. And I loved my future child enough to not do that to a future child. You know what I mean? You know, to not put them at risk for that. So I chose not to. And I know Diane's grandkids watch my videos. And I want to thank them all for treating me like one of them, for talking to me like they talk to any other one of their friends. And I want them to know that I don't repeat the things they say to the other adults. I respect their privacy. They don't tell me anything horrible, you know. If they told me they were going to harm themselves or someone else, yeah, I might mention it. But it's just teenage talk. And I'm okay with that. And two of them are adults. And like I said, I respect it. I will gladly talk to them the way they talk to me. And thank you to them for trusting me. And I will never break that trust. Thank you guys. I love you guys like you were my own. And I want you to know that. Even though I look like I'm your age, honestly, I'm not. Matter of fact, it was very nice meeting your dad, Aubrey, Allie, and Addie. I'm only 2 years older than him. So it was kind of weird. He said, my Grammy's friend. I'm like, oh my God, I'm an adult. My mother was actually your Grammy's friend, but and I enjoy playing pool with you guys. And I think I did better this time, in spite of the sore arms. I think Brody was quite surprised. So, thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Please subscribe. We're only 2 away from 100. Then we'll do the giveaway. Bye, guys.